Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of Hearthstone. So, I said I was going to take a look at my collection and see if I can get a better idea of the scheduling. We need to win Druid and Hunter games today, and then maybe a Warrior game too. So, I looked through the games I have on my Steam library. Everything else is only one or two, maybe three games in total that aren't in the Steam libraries. The Witcher 3 is GOG because I had to have it on GOG. One of them is through Uplay, and thus it is in the Steam library, but it still goes through Uplay. And then one of them is through the Epic launcher, because that was the only way to play Shadow Complex. So not anything to mention there. And then Hearthstone is its own separate thing, I suppose. So there might be a couple other games too I'm not thinking about. Anyways, none of that matters. I looked through my Steam library, and then I looked through my Steam wish list, and then I kind of looked at some of the recommendations. And what the wish list really showed me is that my Steam library does have games in it, but it is a very strange combination of games that I would never think about playing. Strange thing to say, I know, but that's really the situation it is in. There is a lot of games in it that are small, like cell phone port type games I got really cheap, or games I got there's a big chunk of games I got for free too. So let's see, some of the 3-2 Panther have to end the turn there. So because of that being the situation, that's where a lot of the confusion is that while I see a big wall of text on my Steam library, a lot of them are things I wouldn't play, or I wouldn't play for very long. I think I'm gonna burn through them faster than one would think. 2-2 Trents. Let's see. I could attack this guy and then attack this guy and kill both my characters. Or I could do this. So let's do this. And then return that way. I just got Fez today because it was 80% off on a daily deal. That seems like, at $2, Fez seems like a good deal. It's a long puzzle game. Instead of getting The Witness, which is coming out today, why not get Fez for $2? Makes a good amount of sense. But let's see, deal 2 damage to this guy. The core of this, I think, is proving that there's still a lot of good games that are in my wish list and not in my library. I still have a whole bunch of games that I should play. Some games that I should have gotten, like if I'm ever gonna play the Deadpool game, which maybe I won't, and I kind of would be fine with that if I don't. But if I was ever gonna play that, I probably should have played it. Let's go ahead and deal 3 damage. Pretty soon for the Deadpool movie coming. But I don't think that's really worth it. I probably have already thought this pattern of thoughts before and decided not to get it for that very reason. It's not like the Deadpool video game is good, and it's not like the Deadpool movie is gonna be good. Nilgar's champion.
Bathe in flame.
For the wild.
So 1/6 chance of hitting this if he aims for the face. Darn it. He's doing a decent maneuver here.
Is someone injured?
Uh-oh.
Let's see. This guy
Snake.
will go.
It has to be snake.
And then this guy will go. And then we'll just end our turn here. So that like explains my confusion. It also kind of it explains what the issue is, really, because like I'm doing Hearthstone now. That's a big sort of independent game. I'd call it independent because it's just not a big company there. Oh, by the way, I remembered I found that game I was talking about before. It's called Rust. That's why I didn't. It is called Rust. No, it's called Rage. Yeah, it's called Rage. That's why I couldn't remember it and thought it was called Rust.
Job's done.
So yeah, Rage was the name of it. But to get back to the problem with scheduling, my problem is I don't have a time slot for really small, like cell phone port games. Those are supposed to be in the small independent thing, but because they're supposed to be that way, that also kind of means that I need to cover those in between. So after her story, we may just go through a whole list of small puzzle games. Or maybe I stop doing You Don't Know Jack, which is a trivia game, and put small puzzle games that way. That would make sense too. I think I'm gonna lose here.
For a
Let's go ahead and kill that guy. And then end the turn. If this guy manages to attack this guy without getting one more health, that'd be nice. Unfortunately, nope, did not work that way. Well played.
Well played.
So what I've really come to believe I need to do is I need to figure out a way to clean out my library a little bit better. Just start playing some of these really small ones. Let's see, Hunter this time. If I do clean out my library and the small things are gone, that's good. That means we can have some better focus on it. There's tons of AAA games still on the wish list. Still haven't gotten them because those are the games that tended to be, even when they were on sale, very expensive in comparison. But it's not serving me particularly well to have a bunch of I'm just gonna keep every single card here. It's really not serving me very well to have a bunch of small puzzle games if I'm never gonna cover those small puzzle games.
Battle detected.
So I want to play this, and then this, and then end the turn. And then next turn I want to play maybe this and this. This.
I don't have enough mana.
Oh man, darn it. Well, that was still probably the right move. Next turn I play this and this. This, play, attack, in turn. Fourth turn, I guess we try to play this, then we'll save this later. So we're gonna hope charge works here.
Job's done.
Doesn't. Oh darn it. Next turn I guess we could play these two. So this is a shame to have to play these. This is going up to 6, but if I don't... Well, I guess I can just hit him in the face. Seems like that's gonna be fine. Whenever you gain armor, give this man a +1 attack, but I could take him out next turn. So I want to play this next and then this after that. Not doing too bad. This. Attack, in the turn. So we're looking for a 3 or less mana creature in the next draw, or mana whatever in the next draw, so my hand will be empty when I summon this. So after looking at my schedule, does it really change a lot? No, everything is working into the 4th month, so maybe it's starting at somewhere like 3rd month, 20th day type deal, or kill that guy, or something close to that. So you still need to very much do You Don't Know Jack. I need to just power through it until I make a decision. Until I can make a decision, and then I'll make one last video when I make a decision.
The beasts obey me.
Alright, that worked pretty good. Attack in the turn. I need to play You Don't Know Jack next, by far. I need to then do stacking. And then I need to do Dead Island. I'm probably gonna skip Dead Island Riptide completely, or it's gonna be a year later that I'll do Dead Island Riptide. So that's a game for another time. In a lot of ways, you might make the argument that if for shopping advice, you might want to just skip Dead Island 1 and 2 and 2 and Riptide, because Dying Light is the actual game made by the creators of Dead Island 1. Whenever a friendly beast dies. This guy here. And then this guy here. And then this guy here.
Job done.
End the turn.
The seas belong to us. Best seats ever.
Come on, summon a charge. Darn it. You don't know Jack, then stacking, then Dead Island, and then when we come back we'll probably You Don't Know Jack again, and then her story. I think I'll probably need to do a little bit of You Don't Know Jack in between everything. So yeah, then whatever is replacing her story, maybe that will be the next thing on the list, maybe it won't. There's definitely an imbalance there, just in the fact that there are things I want to play, like her story, that really shouldn't have been played because it wasn't its time. It only took a couple of days, like 3 days at most, so that's not a huge issue, but it's somewhat of an issue. If we fall behind on one, that's only going to make how things get uploaded and scheduled worse. I'm still working on scheduling and progress as far as all of that.
Job done.
One of the things that I think I've figured out how to do is if I just make sure I get the videos up there and piled up, there seems to be more than enough free time to schedule things. It might also very quickly be, with this dialysis stuff, very easy to schedule things. If I just let all of my videos stay unscheduled, and then I have several hours every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to turn around and fix that. Not only will they all be scheduled, I probably could start a process of making sure every single one has a subscribe now on it. Every single one has a cards on it type stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna win this. This is really just a tit for tat since we're both out of cards. We're both bad players here. This is how you win at playing badly. Right here. What would be great is if he attacked my face. No. What I meant to say is what would have been great is if he attacked. Come on, win this and I'd win again. Nope.
Job's done.
So he's won. I can't say well played for this. I can't say well played at all. We both played terribly. If I'd won the charge, I would have won. And that's how you know bad play right there. When it came right down to a coin flip. As far as our victories. It's a shame because I do want to get these victories done. I'd like to be done with the Hearthstone for today, finish what I need to do with her story, which is basically go through every single video, which shouldn't take that long. And then
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
Nature
what will be
must
an interesting
preserved.
thought is I could go between each interview. There's about 5 interviews, and it's clear that she's wearing different clothing in these 5 different interviews. So I could say like the first interview 1, interview 2, interview 3, but I don't think that would work because the responses, the way it's cut up, one interview might be like 15 minutes long. Or we might very well just get the entire thing done in one long run.
I wonder.
It's an interesting thought. I'm gonna have to make an on-the-fly decision there. There you go. Play this.
Another night on the
+1,
prowl.
+1 stealth.
Job's done.
What? Didn't that card or gain +1/+1 and stealth? It does go +1/+1 and stealth. It just, that's its default. It's an interesting way to go about it. So we attack the face. +2/+2 taunt. Druids are all about growing. This is what I've realized here is all the cards are about choices and growing your characters, making them more powerful. So they don't start out powerful, but then you have the options. Guess all I can do is this
Wild.
in the turn. If I could get more smaller games off my list, that probably would help me a little bit later too.
I must safeguard the land.
We'll waste the damage there. Because if I have a bunch of puzzle games or something that where
I must
you play it
safeguard the
once, but I
land.
might want to play it twice, more than once. Something, I don't know what would be the right thing to explain it as, though. Well, Rogue Legacy is probably a good example, or somewhat good example,
Feel
of
nature's
what
wrath.
I'm
For
talking
the
about.
wild.
It's a game that, after we played it all the way through the boss once, and I think I beat the boss a second time off screen, and there's still reason to play it if I was going to try and unlock all the unlockables.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Or the clicker games, I'm still playing those, but those you barely play. They're not really games you play. Let's see. Do this.
For the wild.
I kind of wish time clickers in particular would wrap up, and I've come to realize that the strategy for it now has gotten to the point where you just start
You have been measured.
over a run over and over again until you about every hour to get the vast majority of things. Let's see. Deal 3 damage to a minion or draw. Let's see, can we do this? Deal 1 damage and draw a card.
Job's done.
In return. So with time clickers, I've gotten it to the point where in the first hour you probably get about 70,000 time cubes, and you get about 40,000 weapons cubes, and there's a lot less to do with the weapons cubes, so I'm closing in on getting everything up to 100% on that, which is fine. As far as the time cubes, there's certain things that will take a long time, it seems like. Here we go. Deal 1 damage, draw a card, kill that guy. This plus health. This plus that.
Job's done.
In the turn. So once I get the damage all the way to the maximum on time clicker,
children fill the skies.
and once I get the maximum amount of gold that you start with down to the minimum, down to, well, up to what it should be.
Elohim, guide my lance.
Where shall I strike?
Do I want to charge? Or do +2 health?
Job's done.
There we go. In the turn. But once I get the maximum starting amount and the maximum damage, then I've actually almost completely done everything that you can upgrade that's important in time clickers. There are 2 things that extend your overpowered super ability that you get when you beat a boss. Those cost a lot, and those would be the next things. And then everything else is kind of just, you add it just because you can add it. There's an entire column for clicking damage that doesn't seem to do anything because I don't ever sit there and actually click. Which, of course I don't sit there and actually click, that would be
Bathe in flame.
bad. Let's see, +4 for health and taunt.
Give that minion a turn to get ready.
In the turn, I think I'm gonna lose here. I have a lot of cards for somebody who's about to lose.
You love my new recipe.
See, this is definitely a situation where I'd hope to be able gain 10 mana crystals, discard your hand. Why would you play that? He's just showing off is what he's doing. Fair enough, showing off. But yeah, I'd like to see time clickers be completely done with. Let's play warrior, because it is running non-stop. Basically, it's running the fan on my CPU non-stop, which isn't good. Right now, I'm in the middle of the winter months, and thus the heater in my house is turned on, and thus that's only heating up my computer more.
Victory or death!
I'm trying very hard to not have that be the case, but I hear that fan going non-stop, and I would like for it to not be doing that. So I'm somewhat afraid that Time Clickers is going to be the game that destroys my video card, which would not be good. Going up to a GTX 980 is probably not an ability or a thing we could do right now. Let's see. If I bring this out, it's just gonna damage me and then heal him, so I'm just gonna end the turn where it is. If I bring the 2/2 out, he'll attack and then heal this and draw a card. At the very least here, he could have... Alright. If I could play these both, maybe I would consider that. But since I can't, I'm just gonna do this. So I have thinking about what my schedule is gonna be and what video games I'm gonna play. I have no idea what it's gonna look like in 2 years. It's probably a good thing in a lot of reasons.
Back to work!
Do this here.
Job's done.
So now either one of them dies if they attack that guy. And if they don't attack him, he gets 4 to his face. Because it might very well be that in 2016 I cover a lot of old games. If we in 2017 don't get a lot of sequels, don't get a lot of reboots.
Just me and Mr. Bite.
The unrealistic worst case scenario would be that all games that are scheduled to come out now come out in 2016. 2017 has no games of no sequel games at all. Sequel games just magically fall completely out of favor. And there's no announcements of what the new games in 2017 are gonna be, or even, I guess the worst case scenario would be there are no new games coming out in 2017 at all. So I can't even say, well, this game is sorta like Assassin's Creed, so I'll play Assassin's Creed. I would have to just say, well, this, as far as I can tell, there's no games coming out.
Did someone say Bob?
Come on, hit this guy a couple times.
Stop moving!
Job's done. There we go. So, if in the worst case scenario, no games came out in 2017, I really don't know what I'm doing then. I'm catching up on Assassin's Creed as a series because that's something that we could catch up on. I'm playing Borderlands, I'm playing Skyrim, I'm probably going to play Fallout 4 if no new games came out in 2017. Just try to cover all the old games, maybe play Fallout 3 too. Let's see. I think this would help more. And let's kill this guy. This guy. And in the turn, I think I'm gonna lose. I guess I would just be going straight through my library. You might as well just do it alphabetically. I may very well cover almost all the Lego games in 1 year. So that whole Lego time slot would need to either go away completely, which might be alright with that, or in some other way corrected. If I kill this one, I can't die.
Job's done.
It's a shame I can't heal this one up. If I could heal this up even a little bit, I could attack the face a couple times with it. I don't know why I'm particularly considering as if there would be no games coming out in 2017. That's just to say that's how I have to perceive it with no information. We're not going to get any information about new games for 2017 until let's see, until E3 comes out. We are kind of in this big question mark as far as virtual reality and all of that, but that 2017 might be the just beginning of some worthwhile virtual reality games even being considered to be released. See if this guy survives. That neither of that helps really. This got me down to 1. Here we go.
What we do.
Ready to flee. Everyone, get in here.
So this is an interesting way to go out. This does 2 damage to all characters. I lose this way. We'll well play him.
Well played.
Everyone, get in here. Everyone, get in here.
What? 42 there. We're almost to the point where I mean, 8 more levels and then he's at the max level. I guess it takes a little bit more than what I probably think it does. If I get really far ahead, I could do like Honey Pop. I mean, that's... Ooh. Let's use no deck.
Rexar versus
Why does it glitch out there?
Let the
I
hunt
thought this was
begin.
working before.
Bring it on.
There's something in this deck that I changed. One of these 4 cards. We kind of know that right now. Well, this is an interesting. Got 2 brave archers to start with.
Today,
This.
I don't have to be a princess.
The turn. No real reason to play this because she's not a beast. Play that.
Oh shoot!
Hopefully this isn't an explosive trap
Oh shoot!
or a bear trap, and it isn't. I don't know what it is then. Must be a snipe trap.
To my side.
this, and this. Darn it. Let's see, do I want to protect myself for 4 or do 2 damage?
Oh, shoot.
You know what, I'm gonna just do 2
Oh,
damage
shoot.
and keep these 2 alive.
I let the dogs out.
So I really need this to work. Charge, work, please. Finally. Kill that one. Kill this.
Oh,
This.
shoot. Oh, shoot.
This. In return. I wonder in the movie Brave if she does say "oh shoot," or if this is just a joke because she's an archer. Let's see. Play this.
baby.
At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all other minions. Oh, what a terrible card to play. Well, all these are gonna die, so.
Job done.
That whole strategy was destroyed by the Dread Scare. That's a terrible card. That's an oops.
That didn't quite hit the mark.
Next turn I can play this and then this.
Handle it!
So we've got this, and then this,
Job
and
done.
end the turn. Now, we talked about the worst case scenario for 2017. The best case scenario would be that sequels get announced for games I've already have. Unlikely. I mean, that's not super likely to happen right now. That would be nice. I don't know how we could do that. Really. But we haven't seen any of the sales either. So the whole point of the Thanksgiving, Christmas, and summer sale is that's 3 opportunities for me to get old games where sequels might be coming out. Darkest Dungeon was just released. I kind of wish I would like to play that. But it's kind of an expensive game right now. It just came out, and it's another rogue-like game that might go a little longer. Well, we're not really making a great amount of progress here. Let's next time really focus on the warrior victory at least, and then we'll see if we can make any progress on the druid and hunter victory. Anywho, that's gonna be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to comment what games you think I should cover, look at my playlist, see if I have covered them before, but didn't make those suggestions. That's a great idea. Even if I do cover it on your suggestion, it may be a long time before it actually gets aired, of course. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. It may be a long time before I cover it, but it may not. I mean, if I'm a year ahead and somebody mentions in a video that they want me to cover some game, I could probably cover that and release it as an extra after I'm a year ahead always. So as long as I maintain the historic videos for my 6 time slots right now, and then I have even more extra time, I could see myself covering new games a lot faster. Anywho, I'm supposed to be wrapping up. As always, down below there's a bunch of links to social media sites. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.